Back. Suspended ANC Secretary-General Magashule insists the fraud and corruption charges against him are politically motivated. Magashule and his co-accused appeared briefly before the High Court in Bloemfontein. The case was postponed to September. Our senior reporter Sipamandla Goge was in court and joins us for an update. Sipamandla, tell us why Magashule decided to address the court directly today.
He simply decided to address the court directly because he felt that his legal team, well, not to say they were not representing them accurately, but he felt that he needed to directly address the judge and tell the judge that he's unhappy with the delays in this matter. He says the National Prosecuting Authority is responsible for the delays. He says by delaying this matter, they are frustrating the accused persons. Their names and profiles, images continue to be tainted out there in the public eye and the public domain, and therefore he wanted to place it on record, quote unquote, to register his unhappiness with the delays in this matter. But some will say, well, Mr. Magashule is not being entirely accurate and not truthful, in a sense that some of the delays in this matter have got to do with an application that was brought forward by 4 accused persons, including Mr. Magashule himself, who wanted the charges to be, thrown out, to be dismissed. But of course, that application was dismissed, and now they've intended that they will be seeking leave to appeal. They will be appealing the matter. So as a result of those, that's why you have had these delays. However, that's not entirely to say Mr. Magashule and accused persons are responsible for the delays. The NPA has said that today's date was mainly going to be for proceedings, pre-trial proceedings rather, where all parties were going to bring each other up to speed about the latest developments in the matter and possibly fix a trial date. However, all of that was dependent on what would have transpired in court if there were any developments. But today the matter was postponed to the 23rd of September, and it's something that worries Mr. Magashule because he feels that will taint or hinder his chances of contesting in the upcoming elective Congress of the ANC in December. And he says the NPA, he accuses the NPA of being involved in ANC factional battles. Let's take a listen.
My Lordship last time said when there was argument, when we appealed, there were 3 cases which the state argued that I'm facing 3 charges. Out in the public, since the case was actually started, in the eyes of the public, I'm facing 70 charges of corruption. And I don't know how to defend myself. There are many people who work for the state. The state is even refusing to pay their legal fees. It is a deliberate move by the National Prosecuting Authority. And I'm a politician. We are going to a conference in December. I will argue that I am not guilty of anything. I have not stolen a cent. And it is a deliberate move to prevent me from standing as a leader of the African National Congress, because in December we have conference. And we know it has been a planned hashed. It's not planned hashed by the court, by the Lordship and judges and magistrates. It is a deliberate plan, because in South Africa, organs of state don't treat us the same.
Sipa, how has the NPA reacted to these allegations by Magashule?
They've just dismissed them as baseless, no merit to these allegations by Mr. Magashule. Our viewers would remember that there is a history between Mr. Magashule and the NPA in this matter. Mr. Magashule has always been arguing that the NPA is involved in ANC factional battles. The NPA has dismissed those allegations in the past, but these allegations have been made in the public domain and public platforms. Every time Mr. Magashule appears in court, he will address his supporters who would have come to support him, and he will make such statements to say this case is politically motivated, in fact saying these are flimsy charges. But today was different because he directly addressed the court and he repeated the very same accusations and allegations that he's been making in public, but repeated them inside court, placing them on record. And the judge gave him that audience and that chance to outline what he wanted to say to the court. And it appears as if other politicians and government officials who are charged in this matter, who were inside court, concurred with Mr. Magashule. It looks like they had, in a way, appointed him to speak on behalf of them too, because they said they share similar sentiments. But the NPA has been very quick to react, to say, listen, those allegations and accusations are baseless. Mthunzi Mhaka explains.
We have noted with concerns the allegations made by Mr. Magashule in court today, wherein he's accusing the NPA of being politically motivated in the charges against him. We are not going to get into a blow-by-blow account with him. However, we need to state categorically that we prosecute without fear, favor, or prejudice. We follow evidence. We do not target anyone, and therefore these allegations are baseless.
Sipamandla, Magashule remains defiant and says he will contest in December. How does he plan to do that while charged?
Guess that's $1 million question. Also bearing in mind that his matter has been postponed to the 23rd of September for a pre-trial hearing. On the 23rd of September, when we come back to the Free State High Court sitting in Bloemfontein, it will be just to set the date for the trial and deal with other matters that have got to do with a pre-trial hearing. And judging by how the courts in South Africa work, it is very likely that Mr. Magashule's trial date could be set for the first half of 2023. And that would be a big blow to him, simply because the elective Congress of the ANC is in December this year. If he is still charged, according to the resolution of the National Executive Committee of the governing African National Congress, all members and leaders who are criminally charged are not allowed to contest for leadership positions at a branch level, regional level, provincial level, and national level. And the precedent has already been set in Limpopo with Denim Caesar, the former provincial treasurer, who wanted to contest for the position of the provincial secretary, but because of the criminal charges, he couldn't do so. He has had to decline nomination. But as Magashule says, with or without charges, he's going to contest. As to how he plans to do that, despite this NEC resolution on step aside and the guidelines, it remains to be seen. But let's take a listen to him.
When I'm nominated, charged or no charged, I was elected by conference branches of the ANC. Once I'm nominated, I will accept nomination. I will go to the national conference because I know I will be a delegate of a branch of the African National Congress. So I said to Zweli Mkhize, remain strong. I'm saying to Sisulu, remain strong. I'm saying to Denim Caesar, remain strong. I'm saying to Zandile, remain strong. I'm saying to Msibi, remain strong. I say to all those who are going to be charged, we know them, we have met them, we have talked about it. Remain strong. All the best, and never move away from the African National Congress. We joined this organization even before those who want to lead us today and tell us that they are our leaders. They were not there during the years of struggle. Yeah. And I think it's time to tell comrades and tell them this is what is going to happen. It's time to expose and go to Chief Justice Zondo and say, President Chief Zondo, you said if there is allegations of bribery, we are not saying it's factual and whatever. These are the allegations. These are the allegations. People are approaching judges here, speaking to them, postpone, 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 postpone. Yeah.
Sipamandla, before I let you go, many people might ask the same question of President Cyril Ramaphosa now that there are criminal charges against him. How is he aiming to contest at this December's elective conference?
Slightly different with ANC President Cyril Ramaphosa because he has not been criminally charged yet. Yes, Arthur Fraser has opened a criminal case. It's being investigated. But logic follows that once he is charged, he will have no choice. He will have to step aside. It's his party's resolution. So the noise around President Cyril Ramaphosa of the ANC is genuine in a sense that South Africans are concerned. But in terms of ANC processes, in this case, it appears as if there is a conflict with the resolution because others are saying, well, hang on, there are 9 points in that resolution of the ANC. It says those who are criminally charged, those who are accused of, those who are alleged to have been involved in whatever that may lead to criminal charges. So Ace Magashule and his supporters are saying you don't need to be criminally charged. The resolution says if there are allegations and you are accused of. However, the resolution of the ANC NEC as we speak says those who are criminally charged are not allowed to contest for leadership positions at any level of the ANC. So should President Cyril Ramaphosa of the ANC be criminally charged, he will have to step aside from his party's position and also from the position of being the President of the Republic of South Africa because it's his party that has deployed him to government. And the NEC resolution is clear that in all leadership responsibilities, criminally charged members will have to step aside.
Thank you very much, reporter Sipamandla Goge, coming to us there from Bloemfontein.